Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Long time no see. I'm recovering from a foot surgery. Today, we're going to talk about pedophiles, traffickers, predators, sex offenders. We need to watch our kids. We need to watch these young people. Um, we've got sex offenders everywhere, even in the White House. Um, this cop, he watched a girl grow up. Um, she was friends with his daughter, and he worked with her dad. He literally watched this girl grow up. So one time she shows up at the office and her dad's not there. And he usually gives her a ride home. Um, so this cop offers her a ride home, and then things begin to change. He sees her in a different light. She's a teenager now. They begin this affair, and he eventually ends up killing her. She comes up pregnant, and he kills her. So this is a heartbreaking story. Um, there's a teacher that was going online looking for troubled kids. After he got caught, he ended up telling the police that he was trying to help these kids. But what he would do is he'd get online, he would see their post. Kids post everything. He would see their post, whether they, were having problems or they might be making sexy posts, and they get on the internet and they tell everything. So he started talking to a girl, arranged to meet her, but thankfully the FBI was surveilling the internet, and they trapped him. So when he went to this house to meet this young girl, he actually met the police. Those type of blessings don't always happen. We've got so many kids that are missing. I don't know if you all stroll through social media, and every time you turn around, this person's missing, this person's missing, this. I'm like, oh my God, all these people keep coming up missing. We got to make our kids, stop showing their bodies on social media and talking to all kind of strangers and venting their problems to them. There was a girl that snuck out with her friends to go to a party. Her mom had told her she couldn't go. Well, once she got there, she seen everything her mother told her would happen in these places. So she decided to leave because they were drinking, smoking, getting high. And there was a guy that kept trying to come on to her, and she decided she was going to leave. So she was going to walk home. Well, she wasn't familiar with this neighborhood. She hadn't lived there very long, and she lost her way. And her cell phone had died, and she couldn't call her mother. So a lady stops to pick her up, and she's like, "Are you okay? You look lost, blah, blah, blah." And the lady says she's going to help her get home. Well, this lady was in trafficking, and she ended up trafficking this girl. And they had her strung out on drugs and everything else. And then they had her so terrified that if she had told anyone, they said they'd kill her family and everything. So she was scared to try to contact her family and stuff. So, now we've got sex offenders in the White House. Of course, Trump was convicted of 34 felonies and has not faced judgment. And one of those charges was sexual assault. And then he wants to elect a man to be Secretary of Defense who has no experience, who's an alcoholic, and that also has been accused of sexual assault. We've got all the stuff going on with Diddy. He's accused of trafficking, drugs. I mean, you name it, Diddy's being accused of it. R. Kelly, Epstein, they've all been accused of just terrible, terrible crimes. And this sex trafficking and stuff is just broader than what we could even imagine. And some of the things that these girls talked about that Diddy did to them is just horrific. So we need to protect our kids. The Bible says in Mark 10:14 that people were bringing their children to Jesus. And the disciples rebuked them. I guess they didn't really look at the children as like needing as much as other people. But when Jesus saw it, he was indignant and said to them, "Let the children come to me. Don't hinder them." And in Matthew, you can read more about that story as well. In Matthew 18:6, if anyone causes a child to stumble, it would be better to have a millstone tied around your neck and drowned in the depth of the sea. So, God does not play about his children. And I thank you for listening. And I say it again, and I'm so serious about this. Please look out for these young people and what they're doing. If they're sticking out their tongues, pooching out their lips, showing their behinds and their breasts and, sexy poses, watch your kids. There are predators out there that want to hurt your kids. And, sadly, you may not see them again. And as always, I thank you for listening. Take care. Stay blessed.